Hello and welcome to this answer explanation video. This video is going to talk you through the answers for the rounding to 10 worksheet, and we'll talk you through some of the tricky bits. Okay, so question 1 says Alex is sorting number cards into groups by rounding the numbers to the nearest 10. Which number card cannot be put into a group? So there must be one of these numbers there that cannot go into one of the 4 groups that are at the bottom of the question. So those 4 groups are rounds to 140, rounds to 190, rounds to 460 and rounds to 500. What I've done is I've written the 7 numbers that we've got out. Now some of them are in words, so I've written them out using digits. So we've got 193, 135, 189, 495, 496, 455 and 132. What I've also done is I've underlined the ones digit because we're rounding to the nearest 10, so it's the ones digit that we're going to need to look at. At the top here, I've just drawn a little reminder for myself there. So if the digit that we're looking at ends in 1, 2, 3 or 4, then we round down to the nearest 10. We round down to that nearest 10. If it's 5 or more, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we're rounding up to the next 10. So it's just a case that I'm going through each of the numbers one at a time and just seeing which group it will go into, and one of them shouldn't be able to round into one of those 4 groups. So the first number, 193, we need to look at the ones digit, which is 3, and that will round down. So 193 will round to 190, and that's one of our groups. 135, it's got a 5 ones, that means it will round up to 140, and that's one of our groups as well. 189, it's got 9 ones, so it will round up, and it'll round up to 190. Now, that's one of our groups, so the first 3 will all go into a group. 495, it ends in a 5 ones, so that means it will round up, and it'll round actually up to 500, and that's one of our groups as well. 496, it has 6 ones, so that will round up to 500 as well. 455 has 5 ones, and that means it'll round up to the next 10, which is 460, and that's one of our groups. So we've only got one more number left, 132, that has 2 ones, so it'll round down. That means it'll round down to 130, and we haven't got that as one of our groups. The closest we've got is round to 140, but this will round to 130. So this number here is a number card which cannot be put into a group. Okay, so question 2 says round each number to the nearest 10 and circle the rounded number to find a path through the maze. So here I've just got a printout of the maze that's on your question. I've also put the chart above again, so I can just look at the ones to work out whether they're going to round down or round up to the nearest 10. So we've got 8 numbers there. We've got a lot of numbers on the grid, so we're just going to go through them. I might go through these numbers in a slightly different order to the ones that you might have done, but we should hopefully end up with the same path through this maze. So the first number then, 155. So 155 has 5 ones. We need to look at the ones to know whether we're going to round down or round up, and it's got 5 ones, so we're going to round up, and that will round to 160. Looking at the maze, we have 160 there, so I'm going to put a circle around that number. 213, that has 3 ones, so we're going to round that number down. That will round to 210, which is here. 969 on the second row down, that's got 9 ones, so we're going to round that up to 970, and that's this number here in the corner. 371, that's got 1 1, so we're going to round that down to 370, and that is there. 407 is our next number. That's got 7 ones, so we're going to round that up to 410. So 410 is there. 385 is our next one. That's got 5 ones, so we're going to round that to 390. 390 is there. 824, that has 4 ones. 824 has 4 ones, so we're going to round that down to 820, and that is down here. And our last number, 246, that has 6 ones, so we're going to round that up to 250, and that's the top left there. So with our numbers, we can make a pass through the maze like that. Okay, so question 3 says, Lola is trying to crack the code to find the secret message. Round the numbers to the nearest 10 to find the correct letter. What is the hidden message? So we have our numbers here, which I've printed out, and I've still got my chart at the top here just so I can work out whether to round down or round up by looking at the ones, because we're rounding to the nearest 10. So our first number then is 208. That's got 8 ones, so we're going to round that up to 210. And we can see on the chart at the bottom that 210 is a Y. Our next one is 478. We're going to round that up because it's got 8 ones, and that's going to round to 480. And we can see on our chart that's an O. 123, that's got 3 ones, we're going to round down to 120. And looking at the chart there, that is a U. So our first word is U. 833 has 3 ones, again it's going to round down to 830, and that would be letter A. 316 has 6 ones, so we're going to round that up to 320, and that would be the letter R. And 472 has 2 ones, so we're going to round down to 470, that will be letter E. So we have UR. 827, that's got 7 ones, we're going to round that up to 830, and that will be the same as the letter A. That one rounded down, this one rounds up, so it's URA. 591, it's got 1 1, so we're going to round that down to 590, and that would give us the letter M. 831 has 1 1, so we'll round that down to 830, and that is letter A again. 187 has 7 ones, so we're going to round that up to 190, and that will be the letter T. 435 has 5 ones, so we're going to round that up to 440, and that will be the letter H. 134 has 4 ones, so we're going to round that down to 130, and that will be letter S. So URA maths we have so far. 937, that has 7 ones, so we're going to round that up to 940, and that will be the letter W. 611 has 1 1, so we'll round that down to 610, and that will be the letter I. 703, that has 3 ones, so we'd run that down to 700, and that's letter Z. 834 has 4 ones, so we'll turn that down to 830. We've had that a few times, that's letter A. 323 has 3 ones, so we're going to turn that down to 320, and that would be the letter R. And the last letter, 522, has 2 ones, we're going to round that down to 520, and that would letter D. So altogether the sentence there, the code be you are a maths wizard. That was a video for the answers for the Rounding to 10 worksheet from Classroom Secrets. If you would like to watch a video tutorial for any of the skills covered in this video, you can go to kids.classroomsecrets.co.uk, and for more resources linked to this skill, you can go to classroomsecrets.co.uk.